Hi everyone, how are you doing this week? We're having some beautiful, beautiful weather. I hope you're able to enjoy it. Well, this week, our lesson is about energy and about our attention. I don't know about you, but there are days where I just have all these things on my mind and things that I feel like I need to do that I just can't focus on any one thing and then I don't get anything done. Do you ever feel that way? I know I do. When I do feel that way, I just kind of I've learned that I need to stop and just kind of breathe. And then look at what I need to do first and kind of just put it in order. And then put my attention on one thing only. And then I can accomplish that one thing. So our affirmation today is about doing just that. It's I give full attention to everything I do. And I'm going to repeat that 2 more times and hope you'll join in with me. I give full attention to everything I do. I give full attention to everything I do. It really does make a difference. Well, the story today is about a monkey in the well. A long time ago, in a vast dry desert, there was a man named Sam who lived with his pet monkey, Barnabas. Sam and Barnabas had traveled around the world and had seen many things, both strange and wonderful. Sam had never had a home to call his own, and when a generous friend gave him a house in the desert, Sam was ready to settle down. And the house was small but sturdy, and there was also a small barn for animals and plenty of land for a garden. And there was only one thing missing that they absolutely needed out there in the desert. They couldn't grow a garden, take care of animals, or live in the house without it. They needed a well. They wouldn't survive without water. Sam went to see his closest neighbor, Ida, who lived a half-day journey away, to ask about a well. Ida had lived in the desert a long time with her pet parrot, Rudolph. Sam was encouraged when he saw that Ida's house was surrounded by beautiful trees and her garden was full of healthy, well-watered vegetables. "How do I get water out of the desert like you have?" asked Sam. Rudolph and Barnabas sat in a tree and listened while their people talked. Ida was more than happy to help. "The water is hiding deep underground. You have to dig a hole straight down a long way to get to it. But once you reach the underground spring, you'll have all the water you need," she explained. The new friends sat in the shade while they shared a delicious salad for lunch. Then Sam and Barnabas said goodbye and promised to come back for a visit soon. The next day, Sam found just the right spot between the house and garden and started working early in the morning while it was still cool. Barnabas watched for a while, and they climbed up on the roof of the house to have a look around. Barnabas had soft brown fur, except on his hands and feet, where it was black. He had a long tail that helped him to climb and hang on to things like tree branches. He could make lots of noises, and sometimes Sam thought he could almost understand what Barnabas was saying. Barnabas suddenly screeched and then jumped down from the roof and ran across the yard. He sat in the dirt a little ways from Sam and dug with his hands. Sam stopped digging and watched the monkey. That might be a better spot, thought Sam, so he took his shovel to the new spot to dig. After a little while, Barnabas ran over to another spot. By the barn. Sam decided he wasn't making good progress where he was, so he moved too. Then Barnabas spied a colony of busy ants, and he and Sam watched the ants build a big hill in the sand. By this time, the sun was high in the sky, and it was hot. Sam thought it would be easier to dig in the shade, so he moved again. When the sun went down, Sam was very tired, but he had not seen any signs of an underground spring. "Maybe we'll have a well tomorrow, Barnabas," he said sleepily as he crawled into bed. The next day Sam planned to go dig straight down all day, but he found some really neat rocks while digging and started to build the wall. After lunch, he and Barnabas played a game of monkey tag. Later, Sam found a great place for a well right near the porch, so he started digging there. As the sun was going down, Sam saw Rudolph fly in and land on the roof of the house where Barnabas was sitting. Ida walked into the yard for a few minutes later, and she looked around and said, "I came to see your new well." "Well, there is no new well. I don't think there ever will be. I haven't seen any water," complained Sam in a sad, tired voice. Ida calmly looked at all the holes, the pile of stones, the half-finished wall, and the monkey on the roof. "The water is there, but you're not going to find it this way," she said kindly. "You must dig steadily in one spot, without moving. As you fill your shovel with dirt, fill your mind with the thought of cool, clear water. Don't think of anything else until your feet are wet." She paused and then added, "I'll take Barnabas home with me while you work." Without Barnabas leaping around, Sam did find it easier to work. He realized that his mind could be a bit like a monkey too, leaping from one thing to another. A few days later, Sam came into Ida's yard carrying a jug. Barnabas leaped onto Sam's shoulder in welcome, and Rudolph flapped around his head. "I did it. My feet finally got wet," Sam said happily. "Would you like a drink of some delicious, cold, clear spring water?" Sam poured everyone a drink from his jug. While they refreshed themselves, Sam asked Ida about what to plant in his garden now that there was enough water to make it grow. So what do you think made it hard for Sam to concentrate on his task? What helped Sam succeed in digging the well? What do you think might have happened if Sam couldn't concentrate on what he had to do? Did you ever have something that required your concentration, but your mind just kept going from one thing to the other? What did you finally do that helped you? Sometimes we all get that monkey mind. Prayer and meditation kind of help us calm that and teach us to go in and just to breathe for a few moments. Sometimes taking just 3 slow, deep breaths kind of calm us down and bring us back into center and into focus so we can really give our full attention to the task at hand. Well, I hope you enjoyed that story today. And remember about that monkey mind we all can get at times. Sometimes it's just we need to stop, breathe, and make a decision to give our full attention and focus to what we are doing. Until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Know that we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you.